How's it going, fellow readers and writers? Welcome to WordForge. Today is Wednesday, so that means we are going to be doing a book cover review. And we're going to be doing Tad Williams' The Heart of What Was Lost. Cover art by Michael Whelan. You know, take your pick on how you would pronounce that one. Now, with that being said, I have actually changed the categories for the review system. I removed book layout, which I used to review The Fifth Sorceress. So at some point, I will be redoing that video to make the score a little more fair because we're no longer doing the book layout. I felt that technically it's on the inside of the book. Nobody really thinks about it. The first thing that catches your attention, it may be the cover and then maybe the blurb on the back. And if that still hasn't sold you, you may actually check out the first page of said book to see if it would interest you. With that being said, let's jump into the art cover / style. I'm going to refer to this as kind of like a full cover art minimalistic style. The reason why I say that is because we can clearly see scenery right here, a mountain with some snow on it. It fades into black, rolling over the spine, coming to the rear cover, and then eventually starting to fade out into more scenery. We can see what looks to be a mountain, some more rocks or a boulder with some snow on it, the faintness of a tree located right here, which you're probably not going to be able to see it just so we're all on the same page. But there is what looks to be like a pine tree, the very edge of it right there. Overall, even though it's a minimalistic kind of full cover art design, and that's why I'm referring to it with minimalistic, is because we start with a scenery and then they fade into black, which to me is kind of like a different kind of, like a subgenre of minimalistic or a subgenre of a full cover art. Whereas we can see this one, it's fully goes around the spine and to the rear. Whereas this starts with some kind of scenery. This has scenery that takes up the entire thing, whereas this starts and fades into black. So that's what we're getting with that one. But I do like it. That's cool. Now, unironically, the cover design and the color is probably more the biggest reason why I ended up buying this book itself. Was I liked the color of this green. I also liked the color of the heart of what was. The fact that they also kind of shimmer in the right twisting of the light. And even the sword. I liked the design of the sword itself, regardless of its practicality, whatever, Shadiversity might say, is ultimately irrelevant. It's practical for the world it was created in. With that being said, I do like the design and the color choices afforded to the book. This even includes the back, because to give you an example of something I talked about with this one, I don't know if I fully mentioned it. I don't think I did. This is yellow. I felt that this could have been white, but now that I think about it, I like this color better because you could see it on the black. Not only does it pop, but I don't know, it's a little softer. It pops, but it's also soft. Now, granted, the white is really what's popping more than that. But if this color was on here, it would pop and also be soft, which I think would be more easily read rather than the actual yellow itself. Again, cover design and the color, I like it. Now, the cover layout and the blurb is where the score is going to get a little bad. And I don't like the placement of this sword. I just don't like it. The reason being is I really like the design of this sword, and I think it should be more prominent on the front of the cover. Maybe even at an angle to something like this, showing off it fully, because then you could have Tad Williams, and then you could have the heart of what was lost right here. It's just a kind of a shame that they didn't do that. I don't like the fact that it folds over to the spine, and it's not like you can unfold this to get a better view, because then the spine itself distorts what could potentially be a well-designed sword for the cover. So the layout, unfortunately, gets a big thumbs down. I'm not a fan of it. The blurb gets a thumbs down. Why? Because there is no damn blurb. That's why. So stupid. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know about you, but I've never been motivated to purchase a book from testimonials from other authors, magazine companies, etc. The Heart of What Was Lost is a mere 2 out of 4. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this book cover review in some fashion or form. And remember, readers and writers, you should be forging.